Welcome. We have already discussed two type of data repositories, relational database and data warehouse. The next data repository is the transactional databases. So what is a transactional database? Transactional database consists of a file where each record represents a transaction. A transactional database is actually a file where each record of the file represents a transaction. Transaction 1, that is first record, transaction 2, second record, etc. Typically, a transaction includes a unique transaction identifier, transaction ID, and a list of items making up the transaction, such as items purchased in a store. A transaction means a record, which includes a unique transaction identifier, TID, trans ID, etc. are used to represent, and a list of items making up that transaction. Example, items purchased in a store. This figure shows a fragment of transactional database for sales at all electronics exam. So, transactional database is a file where each record represents a particular transaction. Each record represents a particular transaction. Each transaction has a unique transaction identifier. That is the first column normally. And a list of items associated with that transaction. Here in the transaction ID T100, a customer buys item 1, item 3, item 8 and item 16. In the transaction 200, that is T200, only 2 items are purchased, I2 and I8, etc. The transactional database may have additional tables associated with it. Generally, a transactional database consists of a transaction ID and list of items. It may also have additional tables associated with it. The additional tables contain the other information regarding the sale, such as date of transaction, then the customer ID number of salesperson, and the branch where the sale occurred, and so on. when we buy some products, then we get a bill. That bill is a transaction. In that bill, there are many data. Which items are purchased, its quantity, price, then the branch where it is buy, that is the branch or the shop name, date of purchase, etc. So the transactional database may have additional tables associated with it, which contains the information regarding, say, such as date of transaction, customer ID number, ID number of salesperson, the branch from which the sale happened, etc. In our example transactional database, one record per transaction is denoted. One record per transaction is stored in the transaction table. From the relational database point of view, this table is a nested relation. In the relational database point of view, the transactional database is a nested relation because the attribute list contains a set of items. Most relational database systems do not support nested relational structures. So the transactional database is usually either stored in a file, in a flat file. The format of flat file is similar to the figure shown in the example. Or it is unfolded into a standard relation in a format similar to that of the items sold table in the relational database. Most of the relational database systems do not support nested relational structures. So a transactional database is represented either in a flat file. The format of the flat file is each row represents a particular transaction. Each transaction has at least two fields. First is a unique transaction ID and second a list of items. Or the transactional database is represented as unfolded into the transactional database is unfolded into a standard relation. That is, in the first transaction T100, we have I3, I1, I3, I8, I16. So when we convert this into a relational database form, then we have a transaction ID, then item name or item ID. So first tuple has a value T100 I1. Next tuple has the value T100 I3. Then T100 I8. So when we convert this transactional database into a relational database table, we have two attributes in the table. First, transaction ID. Second, item ID. So to represent the transaction T100 with 4 values, we require 4 records in the relational table. So unfold the transactional database. So first method is use flash file. Use flat file to represent transactional database. The second method is unfold the data. Unfold the data. The transactional database can be represented as a flat file or unfold the data. Now, an analyst of all electronics database asks, analyst asks, show me all the items purchased by Sandy Smith, or how many transactions include item number I3. Show me all the items purchased by Sandy Smith, or how many transactions include the item number I3. Answering these type of queries may require a scan of entire transaction table. So to answer some queries, we need to scan the entire transactional database. Suppose we want to think deeper into the data and asking which items sold well together. We want to answer the question which items sold well together. This question comes under market basket data analysis. In the market basket data analysis, our task is to find which items sold well together. The market basket data analysis would enable you to bundle group of items together as a strategy for maximizing sales. The market basket data analysis focuses on the items which are sold well together. the well together sold items are put as a group. So the customer can buy these things easily and the sales increases. So do some strategy for maximizing sales by putting together the items sold well. For example, given the knowledge that printers are commonly purchased together with computers, so you can offer an expensive model of printers at a discount to customers buying selected computers in the hopes of selling more of the expensive printers. We have the knowledge that printers are commonly purchased together with computers. So we can do or give an offer to the expensive printers when the customers buying selected computers. So the selling of expensive printers becomes more. A regular data retrieval is not able to answer these queries. So the data mining system for transactional data can do these tasks by identifying frequent item sets. That is, frequent item set means set of items that are frequently sold together. So the transactional databases, the analysis of transactional databases, the databases comes mainly under the market basket data analysis. In market basket analysis, the aim is finding the items sold well together. This is achieved by finding the frequent item sets from the transactional data. So what is frequent item set? Frequent item set is a set of items that are frequently sold together. The data mining functionality known as association rule mining is mainly applied in this transactional database. So association mining is performed in the transactional database. We study how association mining is performed in the transactional databases in module 5. Okay.